Hey guys, ECRG here, back with another episode. Thank you for everyone who has been listening to the podcast and listening to the YouTube channel. Just want to show you guys some thanks there. Also, we've got the resume review program going on. This is the perfect video to discuss this because this is about getting entry-level positions, getting entry-level jobs in clinical research. So if you're having a hard time getting your resume in front of hiring managers and recruiters, then the resume review program might be something that should interest you because oftentimes it can be your resume that is the issue. So email me, eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com for more information on the resume review program. So guys, I've got a good question to you from YouTube actually. This person emailed in from the YouTube channel, and the question goes like this. Hi there. I have an interview for the job description below. I would like to be a CRA, quote unquote, surprise. They're saying that because everyone wants to be a CRA, of course, but I'm not sure if or how this would help. I have no clinical experience, but pharmaceutical research and development experience. So I'm trying to figure out how to get to where I want to be. I am mid-career, and it seems any position below CRA would be a salary decrease. I am willing to make the sacrifice if it pays off in the near future. Let me know your thoughts. And of course, they provide the They provide the job description below, which should be appearing on your screen now. So, guys, I'm going to read this job description. For those on YouTube, you will be able to see it. For those on the podcast, I'm reading it for you guys because you won't be able to see it. But basically, this is a QA specialist. Now, there's going to be quality in all different parts of the pharmaceutical process. There's going to be manufacturing quality. There's going to be clinical quality. On the clinical side, those quality personnel are going to be people that are experienced in the industry, maybe former CRAs, maybe former project managers. Could be pretty unlikely that it's going to be someone with no experience. So let's read this job description and see what this person is talking about. So here it is. We've got about 9 bullet points I'm going to read off. You'll get kind of the gist as I go through it. So under the guidance and direction of the quality assurance manager, essential functions of the QA specialist include at a minimum: 1. Operate within the quality management system applicable to the manufacture of early and late phase clinical trial material in the clinical manufacturing facility. Coordinate the timely revision, review, approval, and management of GMP documents. GMP stands for Good Manufacturing Practice. Perform essential document control functions in a timely manner in order to support efficient functioning of the CMF, including but not limited to registering controlled documents, monitoring and communicating revision and review cycles, issuing production documents, scanning, filing, and archiving GMP records. Review and compare relevant documents and manufacturer's C of A for suitability in order to release raw material for use in the CMF. Number 5, data gathering, tracking, and trending, quarterly and annual metrics for QA staff and CMF management. Number 6, data mining of production records to support timely product release for clinical use. Number 7, perform internal audits and other GMP-related activities as directed. Now, number 8, assist the QA manager with client audits by prepping documents, updating SOP binders, and other assigned tasks. Number 9, provide additional support as directed by quality assurance manager. So that's pretty much what they sent over, those 9 bullet points. And so I've kind of got an idea of what this position is about, this QA specialist. So they're asking, is this going to help them on their road to CRA? They have no clinical research experience. This is a job that they're interviewing for. If they were given this job, should they take it? And my answer is no. I would not take this job if you want to be a CRA. This is because once you get on to a side of pharma, it can be hard to leave and bounce to a different department. Now, this is on the manufacturing side. This is not a clinical position. This is not a project management position. This is not even a data management position. So this is one of those things where you get ingrained, you get too caught up on the manufacturing side. It can be very difficult to move to the clinical side. Very, very difficult. Because everything is different on the manufacturing side. Now, I'm going to go back through here and talk about some of the good things that they had on this job description, because they did say some key words. And I'm very glad that this person emailed in this job description, because I can see how someone might get caught up in this and end up digging themselves into a hole that, they can't get out of. And by digging themselves into a hole, I mean, look, you spend a year there, get promoted, maybe you start making some good money on the manufacturing side, but you still want to be a CRA. It can be hard to leave that when you have good money, having to go back down, start from the bottom, maybe in-house CRA, maybe clinical trial assistant. You're definitely probably not going to be able to move from this role into a CRA role, because this is not a direct feeder role into the CRA role. It's just not. This is a completely different side of things. Now look at it. So we've got, this is manufacturing, so it's different. So you've got GMP, you've got good manufacturing practice. There's no mention here of GCP, which is good clinical practice. Good manufacturing practice is, something to know and to understand, but it's not good clinical practice, which is what we as CRAs and on the clinical team tend to focus on. They talk about essential documents. Well, on the manufacturing side, they've got essential documents, but so do we on the clinical side. And these are not the same. These are not the same documents. So this is where, being a CTA or study coordinator really helps, because you're going to get very familiar with those essential documents, those financial disclosure forms, those 1572s, those CVs, those medical licenses. You're going to get familiar with these on the CTA and in-house CRA side. And as a CRA, and these essential documents are not the same on the manufacturing side as they are on the clinical side. So you got to be careful with this wording, because it sounds really good. What else do they talk about? Review and compare relevant documents. Data gathering. This is all stuff we do on the clinical side, but you don't want to get caught up here on the manufacturing side. Scanning, filing, archiving, GMP record. Once again, this is stuff we do on the clinical side. But you don't want to, think because you're doing it on the manufacturing side that you're going to be able to, go ahead and move over to clinical as soon as possible. Not even in the slightest. So that's pretty much why they were asking me about this is, should they take this position? And my answer to them was, of course, no. The same answer I'm giving to you guys. Because I want to let you guys know that, recruiters out there are going to try to get you into these positions. They're going to say whatever they want to and what they think you want to hear. A recruiter would probably tell you, just go ahead and take the position. You can move to a CRA position later. Not likely, because it's going to take multiple steps to do that. You're going to have to leave the manufacturing side and get over to the clinical side. And it's going to be really hard. It's going to be really, really hard to do that. So my recommendation is to pass on these positions, get into the ones that I recommend, the entry-level role. You can get in project management side. You want to get into those feeder roles that feed into the CRA position. Your in-house CRA, your CTA, your project specialist, project coordinator, project manager assistant, those type of roles. Those directly feed into CRA. You don't want to get into these accessory roles if you can help it, if you want to be a CRA. Now, if you don't want to be a CRA and you just want to get in the field and learn, this would be a great role. This would be a really great role. Probably make decent money. You're doing quality assurance, so you're making sure that manufacturing quality is good. I'm sure it's a good role, but if your eye is on being a CRA, I would not recommend it. I would prefer to get on the clinical side. You can get on the project management side, but the best is probably going to be on the clinical side, because that's directly going to feed into a CRA position. And that's my recommendation, guys, for this. As always, you definitely want to make sure that you are applying to plenty of positions so that you have hopefully some options when the time comes. But if you have any questions about if this would be a good role for you, email me eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com. You definitely want to tell me where you're trying to go and what you're doing now. But I feel like this is something that could provide some insight to people on whether they should take these positions, because recruiters don't always have your best interest at heart. They want to get the position filled. They will tell you whatever they think you want to know or whatever you want to hear to kind of get you in the door, especially those new recruiters when they're trying to make ends meet as a recruiter. So thanks, guys, for listening. Email me eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com if you want any interview preparation or any resume help. Take care, guys.